Welcome to Wicked Part 1 Recap. For anyone who either hasn't seen Wicked Part 1, or they have and they just don't remember parts of it, and now they're going to see for good with their loved ones. I love you, Dad. This is Elphaba. No, she is not seasick. She did not eat grass as a child, and she has always been green. She is basically the yossified version of the Wicked Witch of the West from The Wizard of Oz. She is green because her mother had an affair with a dude who gave her a mysterious green elixir. The dude is supposed to be a mystery, but if anyone looked too closely at the singers in the opening number, they might have already figured it out. But the one who everyone thinks is Elphaba's dad, who is also the governor of Munchkinland, didn't know about the affair and didn't know about the green elixir. So when Elphaba's mother was pregnant with her second child, he made her eat milk flowers to make sure the baby came out a normal color. This backfired and made baby Nessa Rose unable to walk due to being born premature and having very weak legs. And it also caused Mom to not survive childbirth. Jump ahead. Nessa is going to school at Chiz University. Elphaba is supposed to be just dropping her off with her father, but then the professor of sorcery, Madame Morrible, sees Elphaba do some magic and insists she stay as a student. With no other possible room assignments, Elphaba gets roomed with Galinda Upland, aka the eventual Glinda the Good Witch of the North. They have a fierce rivalry until Elphaba does some nice things for Galinda. Galinda realizes how unnecessarily mean she's been. They dance at an epic party, and they are besties forever from that point. Also at Chiz University, they meet Bach Woodsman, a Munchkin boy who is absolutely in love with Galinda. So when this epic party happens, he asks her to save a dance for him. However, Galinda, not wanting to ruin her reputation of being popular but also oh so good by outright rejecting him, says it is so tragic that Nessa isn't invited, tricking Bach into asking Nessa out. While Nessa falls head over heels in love with Bach, he is still in love with Galinda. Not that Galinda notices, because she is head over heels in love with Fiyero Tigalar, a prince from Winky Country who seems to be interested in her as well. He dances through life, finds thinking too much to be painful, and is, in his own words, genuinely self-absorbed and deeply shallow. Everything is about as okay as it can be for the students of Chiz, except that animals are losing their ability to speak. Not that all animals can speak, it's a distinction that works in the book with talking animals being capitalized and non-talking animals being lowercase, but that's not really in the musical or the movie, so it's kind of confusing. Anyway, animals are losing their ability to speak, and history professor Dr. Dillamond, who is a goat, is fired and arrested for something, encouraging the kids to question why animals are losing the ability to speak, hosting secret animal meetings. Who knows? New professor comes in and introduces the students to this new invention called a cage. With it, animals will never gain the ability to speak. Elphaba is furious, so she accidentally puts the class to sleep with the exception of her and Fiyero. They then rescue a lion cub from the cage and get it somewhere safe. Elphaba admits to herself that she loves Fiyero, but believes he will never choose her over Galinda. Madame Morrible comes into the classroom and sees the students asleep and writes to the Wizard of Oz, gaining Elphaba an invitation to meet him at the Emerald City. While on the train platform, Fiyero admits he can't stop thinking about the day they rescued the cub. And Galinda, not knowing what happened but also wanting to be included, starts going by Glinda in honor of the way Dr. Dillamond always mispronounced her name. Elphaba brings Glinda with her to the Emerald City, where the audience learns that the wizard is considered great and powerful because he could read the ancient language in a spellbook called the Grimoire. However, the wizard tricks Elphaba into reading a spell from the Grimoire and giving his monkey army wings. And she figures out that he was making up gibberish and can't read the book at all. The wizard sends his armies after Elphaba, but she escapes on broomstick, headed for the western skies. Glenda considers going with her, but ultimately chooses to stay behind and finally receives the attention she's wanted from Madame Morrible. Meanwhile, chaos ensues based on lies spread about Elphaba, and she is officially declared a Wicked Witch. And now you are caught up and ready to watch Wicked for good with your more Wicked obsessed friends and family. Probably.